So the system of car control has 4 phases: position, speed, gear and acceleration. What introduces and runs through system is a thing called information. Information can be broken down into tug, take, use and give. So you're taking in information, you use that information to formulate a driving plan, and if necessary you give information. So it's position, speed, gear, acceleration with information running throughout it. So don't think of information as a phase on its own, but something that's continuous. So we're taking in information, lights are changing, our position's good, our speed we're increasing, and our gear we're changing. Still taking in information all around us by looking in front and also by checking the mirrors. And if we're happy, we're accelerating on. So we don't have to change anything. Don't have to change our position, our speed, and our gear. So up ahead I see a pedestrian walking across the road or some oncoming vehicles. There's junctions to the near side, and I'm taking in information that there's hatch markings. So hatch markings there to separate traffic or to protect traffic turning right. So that lets me know there's possibly a junction coming up. So what I'm anticipating is there could be vehicles pulling in or out of that junction. So we're taking in information, we're deciding with the information we take in, what position to be in, what speed to be doing, and what's the correct gear for that speed. And whether we can keep going, or we have to change our position or speed again. So I'm taking information now, there's no signal required, position over the near side lane, my speed and gear correct. So I'm still taking in information by looking around, and I'm accelerating on. Now the information I'm taking in is the fact that there's a sign telling me there's a roundabout coming up. It's my intention to go straight ahead at that roundabout. So the information is the roundabout's coming up. I'm looking in my mirrors to get a 360 awareness. Position I'll be in will be this lane. The next phase we're using is speed phase. So the speed phase, again, taking information, I'm looking all around to the signal. So the speed phase is slowing down. I'm planning to stop, looking to go. I'm scanning the junction, and only when it's safe do I take the correct gear and move out on the roundabout. Now I'm going to take in information and I'm going to give information in the form of what's called a breakaway signal. I'm leaving the roundabout, taking in information again, looking at my mirrors. No one's trying to pass me, so I'm accelerating up to the speed limit, which is a 30 miles an hour speed limit. So the information I'm taking in is the road I'm on. So I can see the road ahead goes up to the left into the zone of what we call invisibility. There's hatch markings at the road. There's junctions to the near side. There's kid to the off side. And checking mirrors reveals there's following traffic. So every now and again, I'm looking at my mirrors every few seconds. There's no actual time on it. Some people say every 5-10 seconds. I wouldn't say that. What I'd say is use them frequently as is needed. So the busier it is, the more you're looking in your mirrors. So the information I'm taking in is the road's going off to the left into the zone of invisibility. Now I'm taking in information telling me there's traffic lights coming up. The lights are red, so I'm anticipating I may have to stop. So I'm looking in the mirrors, positions to the near side. At the moment, speed will be stopped, and if I stop, I don't need the gear. I'll just put the clutch in, stop, and the gear I'm in. So I'm still taking in information, looking at the traffic lights. I'm trying to see if they're going to change. They have changed. So selecting the gear, looking all around, moving off under control. So again, still taking in information, seeing what the traffic lights are doing, see if anybody around me is trying to overtake, looking to see where the road's going, looking if there's any new signs, anything to tell me that I have to give way to other people, or perhaps they'll have to give way to me. There's traffic lights coming up, so I always anticipate that those traffic lights could change, so I'm trying to take in information to see is there any pedestrians stand beside them. Past the traffic lights there's cars, so I'm trying to take in information from those cars to see if there's any signs of life, any lights on, smoke coming from the exhaust, feet underneath the cars. Now it's my intention to turn left at the traffic lights. So the information is set of traffic lights. I'm checking mirrors. I'm going to give information to other drivers behind me to say I'm moving into the near side lane. Now I've done that, still taking in information, looking around. Position's okay. Speed at the minute's going to be stopped. So gear, I won't need a gear unless those lights change. So I'm coming up to the traffic lights. Lights in front of me are red. Anticipate they're going to change soon. So I'm looking all around, as anticipated, changed. So while I'm taking in information, I've made sure I've got the correct position. The speed I'm increasing, bearing in mind what's happening on the road ahead. So information I'm taking in now that there's a ramp. So I'm looking at my mirrors, taking more information in behind. See who's about. So my position, speed and gear is sorted for the ramp. More information I'm taking in is because there's more vehicles. There's vehicles parked at the side of the road. There's vehicles waiting to merge from a side road. And check the merge reveals there's no following traffic. So there's preceding vehicles. There's no following vehicles. So still taking in information what's happening. So on the near side there's more parked vehicles. So scanning those for any potential danger. Remember, car doors opening, vehicles moving off.